Connor, in the famous words of Theo, if you liked her so much, why didn't you go home with her? Because all this crying, all this dramatics, all this, oh, there's so much I would have said. Why didn't you go home with her? Why are you still there? Why are you waiting for the next best thing? Because you don't really like her now, do you? I think you're there for clout, my darling. Which we know most people are, but some people, at least they try to act. But anyway, it's just so funny. I don't know if I was the only one that clocked this, and I don't know if I'm the only one that perceived it this way. But when Tony was like, oh my God, like that could have been me. And then Meg was like, babes, it wasn't you. You're here. That was giving Mean Girl again. I don't know. Maybe she was just like, oh, why's Tony making this about her? Maybe that's what was going on. But in my head, I was just like, you're never gonna beat these claims, Meg. You're never gonna meet these claims. Harrison is a child. Get that man out of the villa. He's a child. 22 is way too young to be in Love Island, babes. You're not like Tom. You're not like Tommy. Tommy's 22 is a different level to your 22. Your 22 is giving preschool. Yeah, get him out. Because the way you went and consoled Helena, you've already chosen Helena. Like, you went to Helena to console her, bitched about Tony, then went to Harrison to say how you still like Tony and you want both of them. Get yourself together, babes. You're not actually well. Get him out. It broke my heart when I saw Tony crying in bed at night. I said, and she had to sleep next to the man that's making her feel that way. I was like, yeah, get him out, get him out, get him out, get him out. Meg, the next day, Meg saying, oh, she hates the divide in the villa. You caused it. You caused the divide and you're saying you hate it. That's your handiwork, my love. Revel in it. Emily being part of that squad, yuck. Actually just so gross. And her saying, yeah, I can sympathise with Tony. I can sympathise when you feel like your man is open, but they're not really open. Da, 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 da. The hypocrisy and the fact that Emily can't see that she's living as a contradiction is insane to me. Babe, you literally went through the same thing, but because it's happening to a girl you don't like, or the girl that your group doesn't like, because you're just a beg. You literally are just begging to be friends with those people so much. They don't even actually genuinely like you. So because of that, that's why you can't see where Helena's gone wrong and you don't want to put Helena in her place. Yeah, you're weird for that behaviour. Your behaviour is weird. You're weird. You're very weird. Harry saying he's not happy with Shakira getting involved in things. Harry, what's all this now? You're letting all the boys' voice get into your head. You lot have been trying to humble Shakira since day one because she is the fittest girl in that villa. And you don't like a fit girl that is confident. You don't like it. So now you're trying to humble her and you're trying to make her feel bad. And now, Harry, you two, you're trying to, Harry, you're going to pay for your crimes. You're going to pay for your crimes. Helena saying Harrison's age is playing into things. Like, babes, you're the one that's going for a 22-year-old. His age was never an issue when you were kissing him in the hideaway. Then we had the snog, marry, pie game. So Alima snogged Harrison, which I was kind of shocked by, I ain't gonna lie. She married Tommy and then she pied Ben. And she said, it's the way that you speak and talk about women. Yeah, clock it. Helena snogged Harry. Married, and then she was like, oh, haven't kissed him in a while. I just wanted to do it. I was just like, I was just like, Georgia, why is Georgia not clocked Helena's behaviour? Why? Like, married Harrison, pies Georgia. She's like, oh, I pied you before. You took it so well, so I pie you again. Yuck. Shakira snogged Harry. She married Connor, pies Ben. And she was like, oh, I just have to let the knobhead know that he's never got a chance. I say, yeah, Shakira, yeah. Meg pied Ben, said, she doesn't like the way he talks to women. Love that. That's the only thing relevant that I wrote about Meg, because I actually don't care about anything she does. I don't care. Get her and Dejan out the villa. I just actually don't care. Tony snogged Dejan. That was interesting. And obviously, everyone was hating. I just love Tony. She's iconic. She's iconic. Yeah, I said it. She's iconic. She married Connor, pied Harrison, and said to Ben, he isn't worth the pie. That was fantastic. That was so good. Because Ben really thought it was going to be him. And she's like, you're not worth it. You're going to cry blood, Ben. Yasmin kissed Giorgio, Slay, married Tommy, and then she pied Harrison. And then it was really funny because before she pied Harrison, She went to Ben, and I was shocked that she didn't pie Ben. She went to Ben and said, open your eyes, open your eyes, open your eyes. How many times did I call your name? Ben, open your eyes. And this man opened his eyes only for her to stick her finger up. I said, yeah, this girl is an icon. And then when she pied Harrison, she told him why. And he's like, he's like trying to chap that back. And she just handled that with such class, with her fantastic posture. It's just so funny how my entire perception of Yasmin has changed and flipped, and I think she's now an icon. I can't believe it. I don't know how someone can change my perception of them so quick. That is only an icon can do that. She was born for this. She's not new to this. She's true to this. Fantastic. Then Dejan kissed Meg, married Helena, saying, oh yeah, she's wife material. Anyone will be lucky to have her. Are we seeing the same thing? Are we watching the same actions? And then pies Yasmin, and he's like, oh, I've pied her before. When did you ever pie her? And Yasmin clocked him. She was like, bro, when did you pie me? I was too busy with your best friend in the hideaway. Dejan cried. And that is why you're upset, Dejan, because you wanted to be in the hideaway kissing. You wanted to be in the midst of the drama. You weren't picked, and now you're crying. Dickhead. Harry kissed Helena. Idiot. And he was like, oh yeah, obviously there's undeniable sexual chemistry between us. Less now. But haven't kissed in a while, so just wanted to... I was like, Harry, really? Is this what we're doing? And then he went to marry Shakira. She obviously said no, because she's like, I'm not having that disrespect. Yes, girl. As you shouldn't. You don't need to handle disrespect from a man. Like, Harry... I thought you started behaving again. Can Helena go back to that sleepover island? Like, can she just go back? I don't want her... She needs to go. Because when she was gone, there was actually peace in the villa, and people were actually friends again. She needs to go. We don't want her anymore. And then he pied Emily. I liked him for this because he's like, I've not really had a friendship with her, and I'm always weary of the girl that's too nice. I fear that he might have ate with that. I fear he might have ate with that because yes, don't trust the self-acclaimed nice girl. Don't. It's deceptive. They're liars. And Emily has really shown her true colours. She's not a nice girl. Ben kissed Emily, married Shakira. Oh no, he didn't marry Shakira. Fuck, no, he married Helena, which was so gross. Oh, sorry. And he's like, yeah, we can see your wifey material because you lot think Helena's easy. That's why she's wifey material. And you know that she'll take shit lying down. Like she will just cry a bit and then you guys will get back together. She's a pushover. That's why you want to marry her. But it was so funny that he didn't even know what finger to put it on. I fear, Ben, you might never get married. I'm so sorry. I'm not cursing you. I'm saying it's a fear of mine. It's a phobia. And then he pied Shakira. And he was like, you and all your friends, your attitudes stink. This man is so disrespectful. Tommy married Alima, slay. He snogged Emily, fantastic. And pied Shakira. Because he was like her fiery, confrontational side. But what about Megan, who was always piping up and shouting across the villa? That's crazy. The double standard is crazy. Georgia kissed Yasmin, marries Emily, pies Helena. Connor kissed Shakira, and he said she's the fittest girl in the villa. And this is the thing. This is why the mean girls are jealous of her, and this is why the boys are trying to humble her. She's just a beauty, and her star is so radiant. She's a star. That is literally it. He marries Meg, pied Emily. Harrison kisses Helena. Dickhead. Actually, like, he's a bully. He's actually, to me now, you're bullying Tony. And as Tommy said, he was rubbing salt into that wound. He then married Tony. Tony, I would not have even accepted the ring. And then, who did he? Pie Shakira. I just think Harrison is a wet wipe and he needs to leave. He's a child. His attitude stinks. I don't like him. He needs to go. Then it made me so sad when Shakira was crying. Because she's such an empath. Like, she was crying for Tony because she's like, why would Harrison kiss Helena? Number one. And then, oh no, was that why she was crying? No, she said, why would he kiss Helena? Oh, I think she was crying about Harry. She was crying about Harry. Yeah, she was crying about Harry. And it's just so sad because she's like, she doesn't like the fact that she's painted in one way because she's honest. It's actually not fair. And she was like, you know, whenever they're all being bitches, it's fine because her and Harry are fine. But now her and Harry aren't fine. Harry, fix up your attitude. Your attitude stinks.